Welcome to After Break Lunch. We are now officially starting Game 3 of the evening, and it's a beautiful one out here. We just had a great water gun fight. Everybody got a little water, H2O on them, and now we're going to get our games activated for Day 3. We made some changes because we had some players drop, but that's okay. Everybody will be on the team, and we made it work. Here's Mr. White, spins down low. And they're going to say on the ground. So White being aggressive early. And we're getting to know these teams a little bit more familiar. Energy in the orange. And Dazzle in the white. 3-corner from Perry. Trying to get it in. Excuse me, that was Pugh. Norman down the lane. Morgan on that layup. Another one of our 6 a.m. riser. White. Spin cycle. Can't get it in. Here comes Morgan. Feeling himself. He goes on the dribble drive, and he gets an and one bucket early for Energy. Excuse me, that was Dazzle, guys. Let's get locked in. Sosa, another one of our 6 a.m. risers, spins, tipped out. It's going to stay here. Energy still trying to get on the board. Pugh being strong in the corner. Back to Sosa. Just a little dribble drive here. Let's see if he can cook something up. Tries to get him into the spin. Fakes. Pivots through. Throws it up and gets a 2. And Coach being safe as possible. He's going to make sure we get the young man the shoe. They gave him an and. Oh, no, that was just a 2. Morgan trying to get it in, but Bent's good defense. Possession arrow going the other way because here comes Sosa. Handle. Doesn't like what he sees, so he resets. Try to load up again. Come down left. Float back the other way, but it's a travel because he picked his pivot foot up. So we going back the other way. Here comes Morgan. He looks like he's going to be running the point for this Dazzle team. Morgan try to get a layup in quick, but cannot. Here come Mr. White. Big game earlier this morning. See if he can continue that. Good hezzy to the down right lane and just not there. Morgan, rebound, push. Tries to get a spin in. Dumps it down. Get our number right down there. And that's Castro. We get a corner jumper from Peshman. Here comes Peshman. He ran a lot of the point yesterday for this team, but we switched it up here, and Morgan's running the point. Big rebound there. But it's tipped off of White, and it's going back the other way. Here we go. Sosa with the ball. Three. Nope, but we're going to take a short break here. You're watching us live on NorCal Sports TV. Here's the basketball summer camp. Welcome back, Morgan. Trying to get a dribble drive, reverse spin back, and he gets it too. He's on fire here, if you want to say the least. He has all the points for the Dazzle team. And let's see what Energy's got. Stewart, floater over the top. Just short. Here comes Morgan. Step through, tries to get a putback there, but he pushes it to the other team. Here comes White. Nobody on him right now. Let's see who picks him up in transition. And give him a 2 for Mr. Jaden White. Peshman back at the point. He's been predominantly running the point guard this camp. Good drive, kick in the corner. Had the shooter ready, just can't connect on that one. Here comes White. Got to look up. Thought about it. That was Canalita. White, reverse spin. Oh, him and Canalita just didn't communicate on that one. It was a great thought process. Spin to the backdoor cut. Just a little miscommunication. We're going back the other way. Peshman. Morgan thought about the shot, but White stays sitting down solid. Get it back to Peshman. Good fake down. Can he hit that one? Oh, just a lot left. And we're getting a little breeze here. I don't know if that was Peshman's shot or just, the Delta breeze paying us back. But here we go. Energy. Canalita, tries to get a bounce pass to Sin. And it's another turnover. So an exchange of turnovers here between both teams. Again, it's all about settling in. Let's get into easy baskets. Don't overthink the execution. Let's just play. Morgan, little string dribble for White. Double team didn't come successful. He sticks with it, and he gets another 2. Again, Waylon Morgan. Little confusion. We're going to keep it sportsmanship-like here. So, got to make sure all the campers are in order. And we do have that here. Stewart off the dribble, trying to get Canalita on the backdoor cut. That's 2 miscommunications for them on the backdoor cuts. Here comes Gillespie. Dumps a dime down to Peshman for 2. One, 2. Too far under, couldn't see where he was at, so goes off the back rim. Peshman, cross line, comes in the middle. Thought about it, fakes everybody out, but he goes with the layup. Stewart, good dime ahead. White reads, focus, finish. The man out of Salida. Patience there from Gillespie. Gets it back to Morgan. Morgan gets a spin dribble back to Gillespie. Can he get the 3? Count it for him! He said count it out the net, baby. Board 3.
That's the new addition.
Gillespie with a team adjustment here. Paying off early. Stewart. No, but Morgan secures the rebound, and here he comes. Full head of steam, behind the back to the spin. Good D from White, making sure he stays and keeps him contained. Peshman running and orchestrating offense. Step down three. Not for him right now. Good save in, keeping the ball in play. Here's Canalita finding Stewart in transition. He stops, thinks about it. Now he swings back to White. White sizing up. Hand down. Man down, but he didn't connect. But Kalita on it again. The hustle man.
Timeout.
And we're going to get a media timeout here. I'm Lauren Goodman. We'll see you back here soon on NorCal Sports TV Summer Camp. Peshman running the point for his squad. He tries to get a jumper. Good fake there, and he gets it for two. Looking like he came to those warning workouts, and it's paying off.
I'll get him.
Sosa.
I'll get him. Tell Dunning.
Good.
2 and 2.
Inside two on Sosa. Little foot on the line, but old school two there. Here comes Peshman. Try to get it to Gilliam. They just aren't able to connect there. Here comes Sosa. Hezzy fakes him. Gets him in the air. Floater over the top. Rattles in and out. Hand side. Here we come. Oh, he almost loses it there. Nobody guards him. Know why. Gilliam can't control it there. And he loses it, and it's going back the other way. Here comes Stewart looking up. Is he going to take it one-on-one? Yes, gets fouled on the ground, and he'll be going to take it out on the baseline side.
Hey, I'll get it here in a little bit, okay? Just so you can put it on so it can start getting in there before our game. You ever done that to anyone? No.
Canalita down the lane. Nobody stops him, and he gets a two. Braden making a jump over to the new team.
I've never seen it firsthand or witnessed anything yet.
Peshman. Got him! 3 for 3 for our boy Peshman.
And then 20 minutes later, I'd be laughing.
Sosa.
If it happened to me, you got me.
Lined up. Stewart thought about one. Good fake. Come down the lane. Dump it down to Pugh. Pugh been at his sweet spot, but can't just get it right there. Peshman. Swing, but back to Peshman. Sosa sits down. No, he's got to lock up so he can get this ball out of his hand. Illegal for Gilliam. More so Peshman's fault, not Gilliam's fault. But here we go. Sosa sizes. Hezzy can't get past Peshman, so he kicks it out to Stewart. Stewart thought about the shot. Goes one dribble jumper to the left, and it's all the way left back to Pugh, but Pugh gets fouled on the back end, and he will be going to the free throw line. And he's good there. 1 out of 2. Good rebound. Landon has not. Canalita, nobody stops him. Floats over right hand side. Doesn't dial that one in, but here comes Hezzy to the left. Lay for 2. He points to his coach like, you know what I could do. Hezzy from Sosa. Can he get the jumper? Not on pour. But here we come back the other way. Gilliam gathers himself better there. His follow-up not on the mark, but a good effort, good hustle there. Here comes Sosa. Trying to see who he could get open. Canalita, good fake. Drives down the lane. Float. Counted for 2. And the and 1. All right, after the first half of play, 23-14. We'll be right back here on NorCal Sports TV Summer Camp. Welcome back. We are here at the NCSTV Basketball Summer Camp. I am Lauren Goodman. We're rocking and rolling here, getting into the second half of play. 17-23. Energy having to get it back in order, and I definitely am confident in that. They got a pretty good squad. So let's see the adjustments that each coach makes and how players kind of more settle into the game and what they'll give. Morgan started off strong. Gilliam in the key for 3 seconds. He almost got surprised there by the call, but he goes back the other way. Here comes Sosa. Playing really well this week. It's only Wednesday, but he's been having a great showing. Again, another one of our 6 a.m. kids. Floater just can't line up there. Hits it off the side of the backboard, and we're going the other way. Peshman running the show. Gets a high screen. Has he look? Comes down. Too many players on him to try to go scoring, but he gets fouled, and he'll be going to the free throw line. Good on the first. This is Jax Peshman out of Oakdale. Hard back iron on the second. So he goes 1 for 2. Here comes White. Pulls the trigger. Just doesn't align the target. Here we go. Morgan started off very strong. 9 in the first half. Let's see if he can keep it going. And he does. Throw him in for another 2 for Waylon Morgan. Sosa calling for the screen high from Bentz. Hezzy, spin, goes back left, tries to throw it up for a hope and a prayer, and it just doesn't connect. Here comes Peshman. White stops the ball. Here comes Morgan. Stop. Pop. Not there, though. Here we go. Sosa back in transition. Doesn't see Gilliam behind him, but he in and outs and pulls it back to reset. Betts goes for the screen. Sosa doesn't use it. Here comes another screen. Hezzy thinks about it. Hezzy again. He's got to get the ball out of his hand and get a little bit more movement. White try to get the baseline runner just to get a different look, a different option. Here comes Peshman. Got a high screen. Gets the mismatch he wants. Spins. Thought about the elbow jumper, but he kicks it out. And it's going back Energy way. Bentz getting good position on Gilliam and causing enough contact to get to the line. Bentz lines him up. Bentz 1 for 2. And that's their other offensive piece. So Energy trying to get back in the game. That's who they want to get involved. 3 doesn't connect, but Gilliam grabs the rebound, tries to put it back up, and he's successful for 2.
Well, wear long sleeve. You see me? I ain't sunburned. Cover yourself. Nothing. 2.
Going back the other way, Sin with the steal. Oh, throws it off his player's back. Jones not ready for it.
White scored down here, right? No. 28-20.
Coming down the lane, Peshman. Oh, he was all on the line, but we give him 3, for Castro. Try to trade a pair of threes. Isn't able to. Here comes Morgan. Behind the back, little cross. White pick him up, a little half-court matchup. Peshman. Not on alignment, but here comes Nicholas Jones. Gets it to Sosa. Sosa sizing up against Peshman. Spin, not there, but White, he does kick it to. White thought about the shot, and he goes to get a better opportunity for float for 2. And White is important. He continues his offensive prowess. He's been one of the lead scorers for this Energy squad. Gilliam loses it. Little player control there, but here comes White. Shift of hips there, trying to get past Morgan. Spin, but gives it away to Sosa. Sosa asks for a high screen from Bentz. Little tween the leg action, and Peshman invites him to the block party from the three-point line. Morgan, spin. Pulls, but too much sauce on it. Here we come. Sosa trying to orchestrate. Gets the ball up early to Jacobson, if I'm not mistaken.
Timeout. Timeout.
That was Sin. But after the foul, we're going to get a timeout break here so coaches can regroup, get hydrated, and talk to their squads. We'll be right back here on NorCal Sports TV Basketball Summer Camp. We're back. It's going to be an inbound baseline side for Orange. Knocks it in the Pew. Saved by Sin, but it goes in the opposite direction. Hand side. Didn't get the rim rattle there, so it's going back to Energy. White tries to see if anybody's going to guard him. Nobody steps up. Pulls for three, doesn't line that one up. Here comes Morgan. Cross a little bit through traffic. Finds a running Gilliam, and he finally finishes one for two. Cannon out of Sonora. Playing the short corner really well all last 2 days, but hasn't been able to get to his shot. Here comes Dazzle. Gillespie to Morgan. Morgan, spin, throws it up, doesn't get anything that he wanted, I'm assuming, but here comes Sin. Gets it to Stewart. Finds a wide open White, but he fakes, goes and gets a better shot, and then float just rolls right off the rim. Canalita tries to get in there. That's the rebounding machine. New addition to this squad, the Dazzle squad. Had to make a couple changes, but hey, we're NCS TV, so who else could make it happen other than us? It's a really good addition. Came in. He's already got 7 points. And we're trying to see if his defense can heighten this team getting back on a run. Down 11. Gilliam, short corner, short shot. Here comes White by himself. Anybody going to stop him? No, he rolls it in off the glass and gets a two. White throwing in his normal 10 points a game. He's averaging 10. Pugh try to grab it. Tips off his hand. It's going to stay here with Energy. Or Dazzle, excuse me. And Dazzle, Mr. Waylon Morgan, gets another two. He's been the predominant scorer for this squad. Stewart goes to the rim. Hard drive. But he's fouled. And here's the replay of that. Stewart good for the first. Good for the second. Castro, nobody on him. He been waiting to get one off. And no, we didn't stop the play in transition. We just got to get our timeouts in. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back here soon on the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Are back. We're at the 6-minute mark, so here we'll have our 4-minute break, and then we'll have our 2 minutes at the end. But coming in right off the timeout, Stewart drops it in for 2. Cohen Stewart, great kid. Try to get a quick jumper right there by hand side, and it's off far into the girls' locker room. But we got it back. This shout out to our camera people over there on the left side. And we're going. Here we come. Sosa running the point guard. Turnover off Stewart's leg, and here comes Peshman. Push in transition. He sees Castro up early. Sees the left-hand side wide open. Tries to get the little short jumper. Just can't dial it in. Here comes Stewart. Good fake from Nicholas Jones. Good find from Stewart, but he got the long shot, long rebound. Sosa, patient in the corner. High off the back. We're going to go the other way. Here comes Morgan. Thought about it. Spin. Travel. Absolutely. Stewart running predominantly the point in this second set of the series. Nobody guards him. He takes a shot. Again, hand down, man down. Morgan. Finding Castro, nobody on him, wide open. The man can shoot, and he bops for another one. Sniper, no sniping for Castro for 3. Stewart. Trying to make something happen for his energy team. And it's going back the other way. Hand side by itself. Takes it, controls it, lays it up. Landon from Morgan Hill. Sosa. Patient. Gets it to Pugh. Pugh. Contact all over the arm, and he'll be shooting 2. Pugh for 2. Rattle in and out. No rush here. Coming back the other way, almost to our 2-minute break. And let's see how we get here. Gilliam turnover, so they don't get a possession. Or at least a good enough possession to execute. And here we go, going back the other way for Energy. Let's see if they can get the last shot before we get our 2-minute break. Jones. Back to Bentz. Bentz hasn't really been aggressive since earlier, so I want him to start looking for some shots, looking at the rim. Sosa. Jab. Got Peshman up off his feet, but Pugh, good cut. Front side. He learned some work today at that post drill station. And Pew for 2-2. Count them in. We're going to take our 2-minute break. We'll see you guys here back on NorCal Sports TV. Welcome back. We're at the 2-minute mark. Rex Cook. Cook for 3 of them. Down deep. Member 57. Out of my way and lands out in West Sac. Sosa by himself. Took the extra dribble. Doesn't finish. Tries to put it back up. Can't connect. Here comes Peshman. Spin. It's regulation rules, so they can pick up full court. They can trap. They can do whatever they want in the last 2 minutes. Murray. Peshman on the inbound to Morgan. Morgan back to Peshman because Peshman is the one that's been running the point. Tries to tip it out from the back. Peshman, good fake. Brings it back to the left side with a little razzle-dazzle, but it doesn't matter because he gets his own rebound. Castro thought he had a good look, but it's going back the other way. Stewart sees a little defense, doesn't care about it. Floater over the top. Can't connect it in, but here we come back the other way. Castro gets it to Peshman. We got to go. Castro looks. Swing back. And no pressure. Picks his dribble up, but it's Energy who's going to have to pick it up. Castro corner. Gonna shoot a 3. Stewart. Got to go fast. Got to get back in his game. He goes coast to coast. Nobody stops him, but he short changes himself and smokes it.
15 seconds. 14, 13,
Gillespie.
12, 11, 10,
In and out. Float. Got him for 2. 5 on the afternoon for him.
2.
And that will be the ball game here after lunch. Our game 3. Dazzle 43, Energy 30. That's all from the D-League right now. We'll have another game here soon. We'll see you back just shortly.